basically a CBD is what it is you know it's an inflation device, and so you have it on your back, and then you can blow air into it, and then you know it gives you air, so that way you can essentially control where you're at in the water, right? So you can you want to keep yourself at least a little bit above the ground, but you want to be down enough, right? So and then if you need to inflate it, then you can just fucking pop up to the surface. But you don't want to do that either, because then you're gonna get the bends, and you get the bends, you're fucked. But, but I started doing that when I was 15. Sorry, long
you
story.
started doing it whenever you were 15.
Yeah, I started doing it when I was 15.
Really?
Yeah, I've been blessed.
How did you learn that?
Well, I started taking classes.
Oh, you started taking classes?
Yeah, you got to take classes.
At 15?
Yeah, 15 I took classes, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you never have like this feeling that you will probably die at the ocean? Do you ever had a bad experience when you were diving, or that you thought that, oh, fuck, probably?
Bro, that doesn't scare me at all, man. It doesn't scare me at all.
No, nothing.
No, not at all. I'm looking forward to the day.
Yeah. So you never had like a nearly that experience in the ocean? Nothing like that?
Well, no, not at all. I mean, I have to an extent, but you're always gonna have some type of experience, no matter what you do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In the water, yeah. There's been some times where I almost died in the water, but at the same time, it's the only time you're really living, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Whenever you are full present into the moment.
When you're close to death is the only time you're really living. Excuse me.
There is this phrase that I like. I actually say it in the last episode we make. It's that the man has two lives, and the second one begins when you realize you only have one. Yeah. Like whenever something bad happens to you or to a close one, they are like near to death. That's when you're like, fuck, I only have one life. What I'm doing with my life, and you start, questioning yourself. A bunch of shit. No, you're good. Yeah. And that's so you never had one of those while you were diving. That's good.
Almost died. Yeah. I mean, well, there's been like times where like my BCD just popped off and it just stopped working.
I see.
Like I've had like because you have hoses on them.
On each.
So there's like one hose that you have right here where you use it to like inflate it. So I've had like the hose pop off. So that way I was just deflating, right? And so I was in maybe 250 feet of water. 200? Yeah. I mean, 200 feet doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're in the abyss of the ocean, it's a lot,
It's a lot.
And so the hose just popped off, and so I'm just going down. Luckily, I got, you got fins on, right? So then you're just fighting for your life to go up. I mean, you can still breathe. You still got the air. Like the air and everything is working and things like that. But there's no inflation in your BCD at this point. So you're just struggling just to go up. And then what happened is I got up and I got to the boat. Yeah. And then they were just looking at me and they're trying to talk to me. I'm like, motherfuckers, like my shit is fucking broke. And they're like, no, it's not. And I was like, motherfuckers, my shit is broke. Get me the fuck on the boat. And then finally someone dove in and got me on the boat. And they're like, oh, your shit's broke. I was like, I fucking told you. Like, I've been doing this for fucking 10 years. Like, I know what I'm talking about right now. Like, they're just being ridiculous at the point.
Have you ever worked for a company in diving, or you were only doing it for fun? Or
no, I only do it for fun. So as a rescue diver is the only it's the highest level that you can get to without having to pay dues, right? So you have Patty, and then you have I think Danny or something like that. Yeah. But I did Patty. I see. And once you get past rescue diver, then you get to, I think it's like dive master and master diver. I forget which one comes first. But then you have to start paying annual fees. And I refuse to do that because I just don't dive that much anymore. But when I was living in Hawaii, I used to go, a couple times a week. Yeah. So I stopped at the rescue diver level. So that way I don't have to pay anything. I'm good to go. But at the same time, I still have the potential. You know, I can do CPR on somebody if I need to. I can recognize the signs of somebody struggling or whatnot, and then I can get them the fuck out of there if I need to. You know, and I've done that once. But
You have done that once.
I've done that once. Yeah, I saw somebody. They went down. It was like maybe like their 5th time scuba diving, and then they had like a little freak out session, and I can kind of tell, you know, because you have to look people in the eyes when you're doing shit. And so I was able to drag them up, put them on the boat, and then, you know, I was able to kind of take care of them at the end of the day. I don't want to get into it, but yeah.